nations may rise and fall, but ideas live on. Hi, my name is Sneha Janardhan, and I truly believe that children are the next thinkers, leaders, and innovators. But I don't think we're there just yet. Here's why. A few years ago, I took part in a competition where I had to create a product that the world would benefit from. And I was only given 2 weeks. But what I found was that in those 2 weeks, my brain worked harder than it ever did before. I ended up creating a functioning water filter using just daily household products and won the entire competition. And that single win brought me a long way. However, after the competition, I just ended up coming back to my non-productive daily life until another event sparked my interest. And I happened to notice the same thing amongst my family, friends, and many others. Now, you may be beginning to see a pattern here. If I was just given a task or a deadline, I felt like I could accomplish anything. Even though I was only a kid, I could change the world for the better. But if I wasn't motivated, I just couldn't be bothered to put my mind at work. So I want you all to take a moment to think about the first problem that you thought you could never overcome. And I'm here today to tell you that you can. The 2 words that can never sound better. In fact, you can accomplish almost anything with just a small spark of creativity. And that's the message I'm trying to convey. I honestly think that kids are our future, but they just need a little bit of encouragement and opportunities to get there. And here are the first few steps we need to take. To begin with, I feel that all schools need to implement a session for children to create new ideas and solve various problems. This way, they can be as productive and creative as possible. Furthermore, getting children to take part in STEM and entrepreneurial competitions will really get them ready for their future and will get them to think outside the box. But how does productivity directly affect the brain anyway? Productivity directly affects the brain through something called flow, where people become completely unconscious of self, lose track of time, and get totally absorbed in what they're doing. When people are in this flow state, they are meeting challenges as they create, and every time they're successful, the reward center in the brain is activated, and they get a little burst of dopamine. This dopamine influences them and drives them forward, and this simple act can make a huge difference in a child's attitude. The upper right part of our brain is responsible for our creative intelligence, and as we become more creative, this part of our brain develops, grows stronger, and makes more connections. But what are we doing that's wrong, that doesn't necessarily allow children to reach and exceed their full potential? Well, the answer is simple. We all claim to value creativity, even though we don't always prioritize it. Creativity is the act of imagination or originality, yet we all associate it with independence and risk-taking, but also disruption. Hence, we prevent children from reaching their full potential. Instead of maximizing the amount of productive time in class, we inhibit productivity by focusing on the reproduction of knowledge and obedience in class. Now, this may be the best method for some, but research shows that children are more capable to learn or obtain knowledge while in a productive workspace. Don't get me wrong, the classic textbook method never seems to fail. But will this really allow children to exceed their full potential? I don't think so. But what can we do about this? Well, rather than focusing on the reproduction of knowledge and obedience, we should become more involved in critical thinking and problem solving. In addition to that, we should pose questions and queries, which then lead to further questions and queries, hence maximizing the amount of productivity. But finally, we just have to embrace creativity as a part of learning. Think of creativity as a skill. We can then nurture those skills to become as creative and productive as possible. The world of reality has its limits, but the world of imagination is boundless. Our future holds great hopes and opportunities for us, but it also contains many problems and challenges that we may face on the way. So now that we've discussed what holds us back and how we can face future problems through the power of creativity, I truly believe that we, the next generation, are ready. Thank you.